Test. Test.
Ben denediğimde geliyordu. Bir daha deneyelim. Allah Allah.
Geliyor ses.
Evet. Değerli misafirler, sevgili öğrenciler. Keyifli bir gündeyiz çünkü uluslararası bir misafirimiz var. Ve aslında çok güzel şeyler de yapacak. Ben de heyecanla bekliyorum. Meksika Başkonsolosluğu'yla beraber yaptığımız bir etkinlikte Şef Liz Galizia bizle beraber. Well, for our international students, international guests, and the international followers through Zoom, I would like to do in English as well. So we are very excited. It's a beautiful event that we have today, which we have doing in cooperation with Mexican Consulate. And we have a guest chef as Chef Liz Galizia, and she will be presenting us beautiful recipes from Mexican cuisine. Practical things, we had a QR code so that you can have the recipe. For the guys who have the, yes, very good. If you can pass around, you can just use the QR to get the recipe. Reçeteye bakabilmeniz için QR kodumuz var. Lütfen okutun ve arkadaşlarınıza iletin. Zoom'da takip edecek olan arkadaşlarımız için de zaten paylaşacağız chatten. We will be also sharing the recipes through chat for Zoom followers at the moment. Ufak bir videomuz var Le Cordon Bleu ile ilgili olarak. Önce onu paylaşmak isteriz. Ardından da güzel bir Meksika sunumu olduktan sonra sözü ben Şef Liz'e bırakacağım. We have a small presentation about Le Cordon Bleu. After that we have a lovely video clips about Mexico. And then it will be Chef Liz who would be taking the stage. Teşekkürler, iyi seyirler. Thank you. Have a good show.
Technique, creativity,
perfection, discipline,
professionalism,
tradition.
flavors can be captured in a recipe. Puebla tastes like history, tradition, like home. Come try something unforgettable. Puebla is waiting for you. Some flavors can be captured in a recipe. Puebla tastes like history, tradition, like home. Come try something unforgettable. Puebla is waiting for you. Within the walls of the former Santa Rosa convent, thanks to the ingenuity of devoted women, one of Mexico's most treasured culinary gems was born. Mole Poblano. A 17th century creation that still holds the unmistakable touch of the loving hands that brought it to life. This culinary treasure is not just a fusion of exquisite flavors. It is the heart of traditions that live on in every home, every celebration, every memory. More than a dish, it is a living heritage. And today, without losing its roots, its essence is honored and proudly shared in every corner of the world. Whether you are the one who cooks it, sells it, tastes it, or shares it, you carry within you the legacy of a majestic state. Mole represents us, and you are part of that identity that tastes like Puebla. We are all ambassadors of Mole Poblano, a flavor that is felt, and a story that unites us.
Okay. Ready? It's okay. Yeah, it's open now. Good. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Beni duyabiliyorsunuz değil mi?
So, thank you for coming.
Geldiğiniz
My
için
name is
teşekkür
Chef
ederiz.
Liz Galicia.
Benim adım Şef Liz
I
Galicia.
come from Puebla, Mexico, situated in the middle side of the country, a couple of hours by car from Mexico City.
Meksiko City'ye birkaç saatlik mesafede daha güney tarafındayım. Geliyorum Meksika'nın.
Thanks to the Cordon Bleu in Istanbul, thanks to the Consulate of Mexico in Istanbul, I'm very happy and very excited for being here today, sharing this experience that makes me feel very proud about my culture and about my culinary roots. So just to talk a little bit about Puebla, just for a couple of minutes to let you know some more of my hometown. We are one of maybe the fourth or the fifth bigger cities in the country. We have a lot of tradition in gastronomy, including Oaxaca, Yucatan, and maybe Veracruz. We are very rich in ingredients, in history, and we are proud of it. And then today we are cooking mole poblano, as you already saw in the video. This is one of the most iconic recipes we have because it's not just about food, you know? It's about history, it's about ingredient, it's about a lot of influence we have from Asia and from Africa and of course from Europe. So it's like an identity treasure that we have in our city. And everywhere we go, we try to share this. We have a very big amount of recipes and traditions in our cuisine, but this is one of the most important ones. We said in Puebla that we have as many recipes as families we have in Puebla, or even in Mexico, because this is not a local dish. We can find mole. Mole is the sauce. when you mix ingredients, we say mole. And we have this kind of recipes all over the country. Each region has his own ingredient, his own spices, his own touch. But this is mole poblano, probably one of the most well-known in all the country. So today we are cooking it from scratch, and finally we're gonna be able to taste it. Okay, so this, I think you can see all the ingredients I have in here. One more thing, if you have any doubt during the presentation, please let me know, and I can answer any question. Okay, so right here I have about 20, I just count them. They are 28 ingredients, and we have to add all the ingredients we have right there in a chicken stock. So whenever people ask me, how many ingredients do you have in your recipe, mole? I say about 30, but it depends on the stock. It depends on even in the place you are cooking, but if we are in Puebla, it's around 30 ingredients. People said that there are recipes with more than 100 ingredients. I don't know if that's true. I've never seen one, but it's part of the history of our food, you know. So this is around 28 ingredients. As you can see, we have 3 different kinds of chilies, and I would like you to smell them, at least one, because they are completely different. Ali, can you help me? They are completely different from what you have in here. So these 4, I brought them from Mexico, from Puebla, because we have just like 5 ingredients that we can't find here, but I want you to know them. These are mulato, if you can see the recipe right there, is mulato, ancho, pasilla, and chipotle. We use more than 50 different varieties of chili. We use them in fresh and also in dry. These ones are the 4 that you cannot miss in any mole poblano recipe. You can add some others, but you cannot take out any of these 4, okay? Then, and this is the main ingredient that comes from our region, you know, since pre-Hispanic culture. So this is the main, it's still the main ingredient in our sauces, in our mole. But then the Spaniards come to Mexico, and they take a lot of ingredients with them that enrich our culture and all of what we have now in our cuisine. Especially spices. You know, spices were very important in Asia and some sides of Europe and Africa. And most of them are here. For example, we have cloves, we have cinnamon, coriander seeds, we have some garlic that also comes from this region. Then we have peanuts, almonds, cumin. What else is from this area? The anise seed, also the sesame seed. But then we have some other things that come from America. That can be the tomatoes from South America. The tortilla, of course, this is corn, also from our region. What else we have from this area? Probably is these 2 with the chiles, you know, and all of the rest of the ingredients are not from America, but are very important in a lot of recipes, but especially in this one, okay? So to prepare this, thanks for Jim and Ella, who are helping me today. So I'll keep talking with you about the ingredients and the preparation. Meanwhile, they help me. We're going to start whenever you finish with the chilies. We are going to start to clean them. We are going to take out all the vines and the seeds because we don't need them in here. It's going to be spicy just with the chili and with all the spices we are adding. Then we have in here some oil. We already heat it. Traditionally, we use pork lard in Mexico and all around Mexico, especially in Puebla. We eat pork in all of its ways. You know, it's one of the most important proteins we have in Puebla. So in this case, we changed the pork lard for vegetable oil, and we are gonna fry some of the ingredients. For example, the peanuts. Then this is kind of crazy because the raisins, they are dry, but now we are gonna fry them too. This is a very particular ingredient we have in Mexico. This is a animal cookie, because it's like an animal, you know. And it's just like a vanilla biscuit, nothing special, but it smells very good. It's very traditional, it's very cheap. You can find them everywhere. We used to eat them with milk, regular milk. We are frying those too. The almonds also. In this case, they are clean, but I usually use it without peeling them. Same happens with the pumpkin seeds. And finally, with the plantain. I know you don't use too much this ingredient. You can find it, but it's not common in here. We use it a lot for a lot of salty and sweet preparations in Mexico. Then we are dividing other ingredients by toasting. In this case, the chiles, the tortilla. We are going to burn it. The correct name of this way to cook it is, in Spanish, it's to tatemar, when we almost burn the ingredient. The same will happen with the garlic and the onion, okay? So can you please help me cutting this in slices? Yes, without the peel it and cut it. Then all the seeds. Usually I use this, the whole seed. For example, in here it's grounded cumin. I used to use them complete to toast them a little bit so we can have a little bit more flavors. And for sure, this is another ingredient, a very important ingredient, cacao. You know, the cacao seeds. I have both of them. We found them here. They are already toasted. And then I have others without toasting, you know. But this is a very important ingredient that America gave to the world, you know. It's supposed, most people said that it comes from Mexico. There's a lot of information about that. But nowadays, some others, a new investigation said that probably it should come from the south, maybe Ecuador, Peru, all these areas, especially Ecuador. No, we are using all of them, okay? And then, can you help me cleaning this, all seeds, and let me show them. And then you finish, okay? So whenever I was telling them that whenever we cook mole poblano, we cook for a lot of people. We don't cook just for today's meal for 5 people at home. Mole means almost always a celebration. And so when we cook, it's gonna be a party, it's gonna be a festivity. So in this case, we are just doing a small demonstration, but whenever we cook the paste, because this is the final paste that I want you to try also, we make like 20, 30, 40 kilograms that they became at the end more than 100 liters of the sauce. Okay, so that's right. And can you please start frying them? Ali, can you help me again? I want you to try the paste. When we finish this preparation, we will have this paste, but it's not ready, you know? It's all these ingredients fried, toasted, whatever they need. And after that, we are gonna season them with the chicken stock. But each step is important, and I want you to try the paste just like that. This is what I need with all the chilies. Take everything out. This chili is called mulato. And the small one is chipotle. Probably you have heard about chipotle. There's a very popular trait in in the United States that sells Mexican food. It's called chipotle. And in fresh, this chile, it's chile jalapeño, the green one. So it's very common. Yes, all of them. So these ones, I'm gonna toast them directly in here. ¿Tienes el comal de barro? Sí, all of them. I want to show you our comal. I'm not using it now because it's not ready, but this is the kind of thing we use to cook, to toast chiles or any other ingredients. This is made by clay. We are doing the same with the tomatoes, the garlic, and the onion. Let me cut. A little bit more. We need to toast everything very well without burning. We are just burning the tortillas because it's something like very popular to add in this kind of preparations to help the digestive system after eating this kind of meal. Can I turn this a little bit up? Yeah. Just like that. If you can, as much as you can, it's okay. Did you try the paste? How was it? It's too spicy? It's too strong? Can you find like cinnamon, the cloves, the cumin? Everything in here is in there. I think it's a very it's very balanced because you're not like having just the cinnamon or just any other of the spices. It's all balanced, even if it's not finished, you know? I'm pretty sure, I don't know if any of you have been in Mexico, but I'm pretty sure that if you go to Mexico, it doesn't matter to what city, you will try mole. And probably mole poblano, even if you're not in Puebla. Maybe just with some of them. And it's important to, as I told you, this is like a very important recipe, it's a festivity recipe. And I like very much that you can find this in a very small town, anywhere in Mexico, but also you can find a good mole in a Michelin star restaurant, you know? That's the importance of this type of recipes. And it's not any fancy thing. You can find this mole, not especially this one, but a kind of mole, in a 2-star Michelin restaurant, just served with a tortilla, you know, the sauce with one tortilla. We really value the time and the tradition of cooking this dish in Mexico. And for today, we are gonna try taste it in a tamal. This is a grab leaf. In this case, we made them with bananas leaf, a plantain leaf. but we can also do it with corn leaves. And it's made by corn, some chicken, and we finally will add this sauce, finished, okay? One of the ingredients, including the chiles, that we can find almost in all moles in Mexico is the sesame. And we sometimes joke by saying that whenever someone is everywhere, if you go a party, he's in there, and when you go to a restaurant, you can see him there. And whenever you go to the university, he's always there in a meeting. We said that he's the sesame seed of the mole, you know, because it's everywhere. You can find him everywhere. Then let me show you this. This is grandma's chocolate, or chocolate abuelita. This is very popular all around our country. But it's not really a chocolate. It's most sugar than any other thing. But it's also traditional to add this to this kind of preparations. I just take it with me so you can know about it. But I, of course, prefer to add the cacao seed. Are these ready? This is the color we are looking for in all the ingredients we are frying. I'm gonna put it here. Maybe just with that, and then we go with another, okay? Can you smell now the dried chiles toasting? Well, we are here, but I think all over the room you can smell now. Start smelling the chiles. Yes. Yeah, please. Maybe just with that. I think so. Yeah, right now we are not doing all the steps of the preparation, or maybe yes, but very quick, because this is a very, it's not hard, but it takes a long time to cook a mole, maybe the whole day or a couple of days. For example, if we are doing a big amount, we take one whole day just for cleaning the chiles, you know, just for taking out the seeds. Imagine we have here like 200 grams. Sometimes we clean 10 kilograms. So imagine two big boxes full of dried chiles. So we take 2 or maybe 3 days to cook the whole recipe. And even families cook this with everyone, you know? The grandma, the mother, the aunts, everyone can participate in the preparation. And we still use a lot of traditional, how do you say this? No, the utensils. We still use a lot of traditional ones, as this that we are using today, and we want you to know about it. This is called metate. We also have the molcajete. This is the comal. We use the wood spoons, the clay pots. We still do that. It's not like years ago. We still do that. Not everywhere, not in all kitchens or in all homes. That's enough. But we still use all of them, and we truly believe that the flavor changes whenever you cook in this kind of materials. So we have some of them just to show you the material of this. These are already toasted. We can go with another ingredient. We can go with the cookies. So I can show you them. We have, yeah? Sesame seeds. Yeah, this is sesame seed. Then we have, pumpkin seeds. Sesame, that big. No, pumpkin seeds, I'm sorry. Then I'm still toasting here the chiles. We have to make sure not to burn them because they get really bitter. Okay? This is another kind. This is called pasilla. This is larger. And yes, they are. Yes. No, this is how we do traditionally. Yep. And then we are missing the smallest one. And this is the hottest one, the chipotle. Just be careful with the seeds. They are very strong. Yeah? We still have the peanuts and the almonds and the raisins. You don't need to do all of them. Maybe just these three. Sorry? Just one. As I told you, this is the hottest one. Then with each variety of chili, we made different kinds of sauces, stews, soups, even soups. We use chili in a lot of preparations. And they don't need especially to be as spicy as probably everyone thinks that Mexico is all about chili, you know? Mexico is all about flavor, I think. ¿Dónde están? Do you have any questions? We have a port in Mexico, very popular. Its name is in Acapulco, the city. And there's where all the ingredients first came to Mexico. You know, in the galleon. Have you ever heard about the Manila's galleon? All the ingredients came from the Philippines to Mexico, from Manila to Acapulco. You know, 500 years ago, this magic started. We are looking for this color, yes? Not spices that I know. We use a lot. Almost everything you can find here, we use it in Mexico. But I don't know an endemic one. I was thinking about the ingredients we gave to the world. Maybe we can, of course, talk about maize, the corn. We can also talk about the cacao. And also the pumpkin. The pumpkin and the pumpkin seeds came from Mexico, or maybe, as I told you, from the south of America. The tomato. Tomato was also from South America. Then it's more, they use it a lot now at the Mediterranean cuisine, but it comes also from America. But you know, those were our main ingredients. Then we can include the cactus. We can include different varieties of flowers and seeds that came from the other cactus or the agave plant. There's a lot of information and a lot of food that came from the agave plant. Also the mezcal that we are going to talk about this distillate also, because we are going to taste it with the mole. Have you ever tried mezcal, or have you heard about it? I think nowadays it's one of the most popular distillates in Mexico. Well, tequila, it's one of the most popular all around the world, but talking about quality and natural beverages, I think mezcal is going up now. It's very strong. It's at least 45 alcohol degrees. At least, if it's not 45 or more, it's not a traditional one. It's just like industrialized. This one is almost 45, 50, almost 50, I think, 47. This is the one you're gonna try now. And it's pairing with the mole poblano very good. Okay, can we toast a little bit the spices one by one? Okay. Even if the spices are dried, I like to toast them a little bit to have more flavors. One by one, different sizes. They have different sizes, so they have different cooking time.
Put them all in the same pot?
Yeah, no, just one by one.
At the same time.
Yeah, not at the
After
same.
it's
Yeah,
roasted.
in the same pot, but one by one. Okay. And what else? Let's do the tortilla in here. I'm gonna show you how to use this metate. This was our blenders, the old blenders. We use them, we still use them, but it's not that much, not as before. But this is the traditional way to mix the ingredients for a mole, to mix the corn, to make tortillas, to mix the cacao for drinks, or the coffee also. We used to use it a lot. So I just want you to know what this is and how to use it, because you will see it somewhere if you're studying this cooking. So in this case, to make sure that it's well toasted, we make sure that it's like crispy, you know? Can I have some water? Si alguien lo quiere hacer, sí. Okay, I'm gonna try. This one is very small. It was difficult to take a bigger one, right? Let's try with some plantain. A couple of cookies, maybe a garlic. At the end, we have to mix all together. But we are just doing this demonstration. And then we use this thing. This is called metlapil. Can you please help me just to take this? Yeah. This stone is very heavy. Traditionally, people do this in the floor by their knee, so they have more more, how do you say this? Sometimes they add water, or even they can just use the natural oil of these ingredients and the oil we already use for frying. That's enough. I don't know if you can see right here. We are getting a paste. And they used to do this with all the ingredients. And this was always a woman's job, you know? No, traditionally they don't. They don't. So women were very strong in those days. Yes, please. Yes. It's not as easy as it looks. Does anyone would like to try? Yeah, please come. Can you see now we are having the consistency a little bit like this? This is will all together, of course, but this is what we are looking for. Yes, a paste. Let me take out this one. I'll put just some more. Can I have a plate or something? Right here. Okay, you can take some ingredients from here. Yes, you can. And let me help you with this one. They should be very well toasted to make it easier. Yes, but just half of it. Yeah, because it's too small. You don't have enough space. And this is what we want in the tortilla, as I told you. This is not getting bitter or anything. Okay, you can do it. It's hard, right? Yes, somebody just told us something about that. It's similar, yeah. We said that at the end we are all the same all over the world. Different ways, different influences, different traditions, but at the end we have a lot of similarities, especially talking about food. Let me put this tortilla in there. It's difficult, right? Tell them how difficult it is. In the floor, yeah. It's fun. Not when you have to make 100 kilograms.
Normally you are using machine.
Yeah, for sure. Nowadays we use machine or grind. You can, okay, you can use it. Okay, so anyone else would like to try this activity? Okay, finish it. Finish, come on, finish if you want. We're gonna wait you for the tasting. Yes, it's something like that. Then, right here, we have prepared sauce. This is made by the paste you already tried. It's the same one. We took just half of it and put it in here, and there's the other one. We add the chicken stock. Can you turn this on, please? And then we just finish with a little bit of sugar and salt. That depends on what you like. You can add as much sugar as you want. And it's important to say that in Puebla, our mole is especially sweet. So probably as people here told me that when they saw the sauce, they think it's very salty, but it's not. It's more sweet and spicy for sure. So I'm gonna add a little bit more stock. Sorry?
Do you want sugar and salt right now?
No, this is already done. Yes? Another volunteer, great. Let me help you. The same, you're gonna put some of the ingredients here. It's gonna be easier for you. You're taller. Not for you. Not for short people, she said. Probably you're not cooking mole, never in your life, but I think this is part of the culinary culture in the world, so you have to know about this. You have to make it at least once in your life and to try it for sure. Maybe just half of it, yeah. Maybe just with that. It's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be hard. Okay. Here we have the spices. We have roasted sesame seed. It's not easy, right? We have a lot of stories about how mole was made for the first time. One of the most popular says that one cook was preparing everything for a very important dinner, and the time was over, and he hasn't finished. He take all the ingredients to try to clean the kitchen, and then he was running with the tray with everything, and he fell down in the pot of the main sauce for that dinner. So he can't do anything else more than mixing all the ingredients, and then it becomes the mole poblano. That's one. For sure, I think it's not the true, but it's very popular to tell this story. The other one says, and it's more, I think it can be more true. It was made by the nuns. They were trying to make a very special dish to an important dinner, but it was made because they want to. It was not an accident. I really think that this kind of preparations can't be an accident. This is a really complex kind of sauce made with a lot of intention, not just by the accident. How is it? You cannot, yeah, that's good.
I think there's a question.
Yes? I think that's one of the interesting things about this recipe. It's not easy to cook it at home because it's a lot. Sometimes we don't have the time. But you know, everywhere you can find the paste. In every market, in every supermarket, you can find the paste. And I don't know if any Mexican here can tell the same as I, but traditionally nowadays, people said, I'm gonna buy the paste somewhere, and I'm gonna add something at home to mix all together and to become better. You know, they make their own recipe with a base of any kind of paste because you can find them everywhere. And it's kind of cheap. And you don't have to work that much to make it. But you can find it in houses, as you told you, in celebrations, in restaurants, any kind of restaurant. It's very popular. Mole poblano, it's everywhere. And you can mix it with a lot of things. You know, it's not a sauce that you eat with a kind of protein and that's all. No. You can make it, for example, for breakfast. Tomorrow we are having a breakfast somewhere else here in Turkey. And we are serving huevos rancheros, that it's a fried tortilla with sunny side egg. And we put any kind of sauce on the top. We are putting the mole sauce on the top of this, and we eat it like breakfast, you know? I've seen it in some pasta, for example. It's not traditional, but you can do it. Yeah, you can do it in enchiladas or in chilaquiles, mole poblano chilaquiles, mole poblano enchiladas, just with rice. I think the protein, it's not the main thing, you know? It's not important if you eat it with pork or with chicken or with rice or even with eggs. The main thing is the sauce. That's the important thing, you know? That's why we mix it with everything. It's ready. Can you help me with the tamales? Take them out. And because we eat this with everything, today we chose the tamales for you. So you can try the final preparation. This is the corn dough I told you. We grab in the plantain leaves. We add some mole sauce and a little bit of chicken. Then we put some more sauce and a little bit of, where's the sesame, the roast sesame, with some roast sesame on the top. So can you help me to put this in small plates in here.
With the leaves or with leaves or?
No, without leaves. We are taking out the leaves. And you know, these kind of preparations, they came also from Asia. This kind of preparation, they still do this kind of things. And also at South America, this is not really just Mexican. This is a little bit more of this influence we've been talking during all the workshop. Thank you. How was it? Okay, so you have to put this one. Then I'm gonna use a small one. Can you, this is too,
I can bring one.
do you have a better, yeah, probably because this is too soft. They're gonna burn their, eso está muy guango, ¿no?
Yo creo que sí.
Van a traer unos de cartón. You can start taking out the,
Poner uno abajo de la hoja de plátano para que le tome una foto.
see, can I have one of this just for a picture? Or maybe with the, yeah, así. Okay.
Así, tal cual.
Maybe Jim, we can use them with the leaves.
As a plate, the leaf, you can use it as a, it's okay.
The leaves is gonna help it.
Yeah.
Let's try.
It looks better. It looks so pretty.
Déjame preguntar quién es el brave que, bueno, llévate. Thank you. Ahorita póntelos acá, que hoy sí está caliente.
Sí está caliente. Pero igual poner los platos.
Maybe 2 plates. And, no, they already have another one.
But you can serve it with the leaf as well.
We can still use this one because this is not enough. Okay, who's gonna be the brave who want to try the first one? You all have to try. Compárteles a alguien, ¿no? Who wants to be the first to try? After, I would like to know your experience. Sorry? Which one? This? The plantain leaves. Yeah, the leaves of the... No? No, it's not. When you steam them, it becomes like that. Yeah, we steam the process to cook. It's by steaming, so they became this color. But in fresh, it's like green, you know? This kind of green. Sorry? No, you don't have to eat it. Just the tamal with the sauce. I just leave it there for you to see it. See, and then let me tell you a little bit about the mezcal. This comes from Puebla. We also produce this distillate. As I told you, at least they should have 45 alcohol degrees to make it traditional. And we used to drink it with oranges. It's a very old tradition. In this case, we have tajin, the dried chili. But traditionally in Mexico, what we do is instead of this, we made a warm chili. The worms that came from the agave plant, we toast them. We add some other kind of dried chilies and local salt, and we mix all together to serve with the mezcal. It's very, very popular in all around Mexico, especially in the center of the country, Oaxaca, Puebla. Careful. And then we have two different ways to drink it. Sometimes we do it in this kind of, I don't know how to call them, but this is very, very traditional. And also, I don't like them too much because after using a lot of times they smell kind of weird. But then we have, this is the most popular thing. This came from the church candles, you know. Right here we have a small cross. You can find this in every church with a candle inside. And nowadays is the most traditional way to drink mezcal. And we say that we have to drink until you see the cross, because you have to drink all the mezcal so you can see the cross that is inside. We are not drinking in these ones because I don't have enough, but I want you to see them. Let's pass it down so you can. So whenever you're drinking with your friends and you say, come on, let's drink until you see the cross. But at the end, we respect a lot this product, you know, because it's a very long time for the plant to mature and make the process of the mezcal. We need at least, for the most youngest plants, we need 8 years of the plant in the ground, at least. This is the youngest one. It's called espadín. What about? Sorry, about tequila? Well, nowadays, tequila is another agave plant, you know, and the name is agave azul. It should need almost the 8 years as this one. But nowadays, to produce a lot, because it's a very well-known drink, tequila, they make it faster. And they do it in 5 or 6 years. But it's not the same process. And sometimes they add other alcohols. As I don't know if you have seen in tequila bottles, they said 100% agave. It's when it's completely made from this plant. Sorry? Yes, but sometimes they add another alcohols or another products. So if in those cases, you can do that. The law says that you can do that, but it's a different kind of tequila. You cannot say 100% agave because you add some other things. Yes, you have to say it here. And as I told you, there are more than 70 varieties of agave plant. The most popular, because it's the youngest one, is espadín. But we have some others that they need around 30 years in the ground to become ready to produce mezcal. Imagine 30 years just for one plant. Sometimes they are wild plants, 30 years in the ground. And sometimes people say, why is this bottle so expensive? Because of this, you know? It's a lot of work behind, it's a lot of time behind, it's a lot of traditions and a lot of things behind a bottle. And very important to say, not all people know this, but we pay a lot of taxes for the alcohol in Mexico, especially this kind of alcohol that it's over 35 alcohol degrees. In this case, when it's more than, I think, over 42 or 45, they paid 53%. Yes, tax, just for the alcohol thing. And then other taxes. So imagine more than half of what you're paying for a mezcal bottle or on another agave distillates, it's for taxes. we are now the difference. Sorry, once again. Probably, probably, but nowadays we are working as community to help the producers to change this law, you know? I don't know if we are gonna make it, but we as community, all people who is around the production and the sales of the mezcal, we are trying to change this because it affects a lot the producers, especially the producers, you know? I don't know, just to give you a number, probably a very good quality of mezcal made by this kind of old agaves can cost about 3,000 pesos in US dollar, like 150, about 150 US dollar. Probably it's not too much out of Mexico, but for us, it's a lot of money, you know? And we are talking about buying it at Mexico. If you want to buy this kind of products out of Mexico, I've seen just one shot of this kind of mezcals in Madrid, for example, for maybe 100 euros, just one shot. Not especially this brand, other one, but I've seen one shot for 100 or 120 euros. So imagine, it's expensive, no? Yeah, big. Half of it because of tax, you know? And half of it because it's really a good product. And the other half is because it's really a very, very good product, what you're drinking. And you're trying it now, so you can confirm that. Can everything drink here? Yeah? That's what I want to hear, just chef. Yes, can we just a little bit for everyone? Thank you. Ah, con la naranjita. A ver, ponla, si quieres te los paso.
We need like a couple of volunteers to be both helping.
¿Así? ¿Sabes? Tú pon.
A little bit of the
Maybe. How was it? Did you like the tamales? Did you like them? Did you like the tamales? You already ate, everyone?
It's great. That's why
They don't ask because they are eating.
Because they're eating, you know, we appreciate
Yes?
the food.
Yes, just like this, because, and they're just like this. And then we add, yes, just like that, a little bit. No, thank you, sir, thank you. Sure, your mezcal, take one of those. Enjoy. Cheers. We said salud. Salud, yeah. Cheers. How do you say here? Sherefe, when you make like...
Yes. Chef, you go first this and then this.
Yes, first this, but not in a shot.
Not in a shot.
We said that mezcal drinks by kissing, little kisses, you know?
Otherwise,
Just a small.
you knock down.
Yeah, sure. It's a lot of alcohol. Gracias.
Ya le están
Mira,
entrando
aquí.
No me tientes.
Bit less, just because if not, we're not gonna have it enough. Please. Thank you.